Well, they finally stayed in the same spot for once. Yeah. The cord works. We do have a pretty cool new GPS tracker that I found that I can tuck into every piece of equipment and you don't even know it's there. Got a little bit of rain, huh? A little bit. So how do snowplow contractors and snow fighters actually get paid? Well, today we're going to be going over that, but we've got a very busy day because we're going to start mobilizing out to our snow sites. What you see here is just the beginning. We're going to be getting all of our pushers out. Our skid loaders are going to be set up, and we're going to try to get some of our larger equipment out there. But let's talk about how we get paid as contractors. I want to show you guys something. You see this sticker right here? You know, the name doesn't make a difference, but what this sticker symbolizes is unity. And what that basically means is when I'm on this site, it's a 1.6 million square foot site, I am a subcontractor, but my business works for that contractor. So there's another contractor that oversees the entire complex. This one complex here is about 1.6 million square feet, and my role in maintaining this complex is simply to do the snow removal. I don't have to salt, I don't have to do the sidewalks, I don't have to field the phone calls for slip and falls, I don't have to deal with complaints, I don't have to do with anything but the fun stuff, and that's getting snow off from a parking lot. And some of you guys have asked, well, how do I go about pricing out my business? Well, the first thing that you can do is look at becoming a subcontractor. And I know you guys are going to be you're not going to like this option. It's not going to be for everybody, but it will be for those guys that don't want to deal with all of the other managerial nightmares that go along with being a prime contractor. I am a prime contractor on quite a few different projects. But when it comes to a larger site like this, I found that it's much easier to deal with it as a subcontractor. I get to just do the fun part, and that's get the snow off from the parking lot and run heavy equipment. But I'm giving up, by giving up some of that responsibility, I'm also giving up a lot of the profits on the job, which means I'm a subcontractor, I get paid less per hour. So the contractor, the managerial company that handles all of the aspects of it, they're making a cut off from my hourly wage. And every piece of equipment you see here, you see that skid loader right there, that has an hourly rate. That loader has an hourly rate. Each one of my pickup trucks, once they get their plows put on them, has an hourly rate. And then what happens is the managerial company pays me less than what they get paid by the complex. So they're making money off from my labor, but they're making money for the labor that they're providing, and that's the managerial nightmare of and there's a lot of work that goes along with running these.
How's it going, Stan?
Hey, good, Alex. How about you? How's that? How many loads do you think we got to do? Like
one more.
One more to get all the pushers out?
All the pushers.
All right, well, we're gonna keep working, and then we'll discuss next what it's like to be a contractor and how you can bid. There's three different ways that as a contractor you can bid your jobs. So we'll discuss that next, but let's get this stuff off. Green means go, green means go. This is the fun part of our work. Now, when I say fun part of our work, being a subcontractor takes a lot of the responsibility off from me and puts it on to the company that hires me. They're depending on me doing all of my work the way that the customer sees fit. Okay? And a lot of times they got to bring me in and lay out all of the details that they've covered with the actual company that hires them, brings them in. There we go. We got our first pusher, Booger. Booger's on. Down there. That's not where the work is. "17-foot pusher. He wants to lock everything in with the 17-foot pusher, which means we may have to switch things up. 2 loads down, 1 to go. Alright, so now we're going to sandwich everything in, because if you guys are just never watched my channel before, we've had a lot of theft problems out at this site. We had, actually that's how we got that trailer. Our other one got stolen. All the doors off from our loaders got stolen. Another year. We do have a pretty cool new GPS tracker that I found that I can tuck into every piece of equipment, and you don't even know it's there. I'm not saying I did it. We put both legs down. I always like to put the legs down because otherwise they can leak and go down on their own. Okay. Let's see, water, just looking real quick. Okay, just looking for hydraulic leaks. Got a little bit of rain, huh? A little bit.
300 gallons came out of the back of the truck.
Oh, did it? There you go. Now, hey, can we flat bucket that? Because those teeth, if it's a warm day, those teeth will go in. If we leave it like that, those teeth will go in. We can't go teeth down in asphalt. Oh, okay, sorry. You guys know what that meant, right?
Oh.
It's trying to get the water out. That's the construction contractor's hand signal for I'm trying to get the water out.
Trying to get the water out.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna take you along for a ride on one of the trips. We got a little special spot for you guys, all right here, wired up. as the prime contractor, it is true that I will make about anywhere from 20 to 30% more per hour per piece of equipment. But that also, as the prime contractor, means that I have the option to hire subcontractors and pay them less per hour. Now, whether you take that route or not, what I need you to understand is what the responsibilities you have as the prime contractor and how you can bid that. So when I am a prime contractor on projects, we'll actually be driving by a few of them that I'm actually the prime contractor on. I field all of the calls for all of the service. If it's a ½ inch and we get a glaze of ice, I'm fielding that call and I'm taking care of that. As a subcontractor, I don't have to field that call, and if it's an ice storm and my contract says that I'm hired just to do the snow plowing, somebody else has to take care of the ice control. But I'm also giving up a big portion of my profits when I work that way. So now, as a prime contractor, if you decide you want to have the whole pie and eat it too, and you want to take on all of that responsibility, you got a number of different ways that you can bid the snow plowing portion of it alone. The first way that you can bid it is on an hourly basis, not much different than what you do as a subcontractor. The second way you can bid it is on a per push basis. And if you bid it on a per push basis or per event basis, what that basically means is if you get 0 to 2 inches, you should have a rate. If you get 2 to 4 inches or 2 to 5 inches, you should have another rate, a higher rate. If you get 5 to 7 inches, you can have a third rate. If you get above 7 to 12 inches, you should have a fourth rate. So you need to break down how much you're willing to, how much they will pay you on a per inch, per push basis. And it's very critical that you don't give them a flat rate per push basis, because a 2-inch event may take you 30 minutes to do a lot, and a 12-inch event may take you 3 hours. So you want to stagger your pricing when you do it on a per push basis. But now let's also talk about a monthly basis. How do you bid it? There's a lot of companies out there that don't do hourly, they don't do per push, but they give a flat rate fee per month. And here's how you do it. What you've got to find out is how many events do you have in your neck of the woods per season. Now in Minnesota, we have anywhere from 15 to 22 plowable events per year. And what I would do is I would look at the contract, which would be 5 months or 6 months. You can make it for whatever you want, but we typically start them in November and we'll end them at April. So November, December, January, February, March, April. So we've got a 6-month contract. Now I take how many events I plan on pushing, and I'm going to estimate it on the high side at 22 events because I want to cover my own tail. And I take those 22 events, and then I have to do the calculation of how much I want to make per push per event. And so then I divide that by how many times I plan on going out, and then I divide that further by how many months of the year. So I come up with one giant fee in my own head of how much for the year, here's the whole pie, do I need just for the snow plowing portion of this project alone. And then I divide that by how many months are in my contract, and that's the flat rate fee per month that the company that I'm turning this into will be paying. It doesn't matter how much snow we get or how little snow we get. This is a very safe way to protect you guys, and it's just a different form of gambling. Snow plowing is gambling, and you have different forms of it. When you plow hourly, you might not make anything all season long. When you plow on a per push basis, then you want big snowfalls because you want to capture that larger fee that you're willing to charge them. And when you plow on a yearly or a monthly basis where it's a flat rate fee whether it snows or not, you'd rather sit home eating your snickerdoodles and drinking hot cocoa watching me on YouTube than going out plowing, because every time you turn that machine on, you're losing money. And every time it's sitting and you're doing nothing, you're gaining money because you get paid no matter what when you do it that way. But not everybody's willing to accept a contract like that. So you've got to calculate, you've got to figure how you're going to do it. Now on ice control, you've also got to take that into consideration if you're going to be the prime contractor, because ice control is a completely separate animal. And the reason I say this is in some areas, you may be out doing more ice control than you do snow plowing. Some people make a lot more money doing salting and sanding than they ever do with snow plowing. And it just depends on if you want to set up your company to handle that aspect of the service or not. So now to break down an average bid, you have to find out what the production rate is of the piece of equipment you're using. Now the standard production rate for a pickup plow truck is to clear 28,000 square feet per hour. Now, of course, this is going to vary wildly depending on the depth of the snow, and there's a lot of other variables, but I want to start to just get you guys to wrap your heads around how the different bid processes work, so that as you go into a bid for the new year and they throw something at you, whether it's hourly, seasonal, monthly, or per push, you at least have an idea of what those things mean. Now, if you're if we go a lot deeper on how to calculate how long it takes to clear a lot, that's when you need to look up the different production rates and determine which production rate for what vehicle you're using and apply that math toward the lot that you're going to be working on. That's how the big commercial contractors land so many contracts, is they just use industry standard production rates. And those numbers are out there, but you've also got to do some of that math and the calculations yourself to make sure that whatever number you're coming up with is a safe and secure number for your business operations. Now, when I do get to meet a lot of you guys in person and face to face, I think one of the things that you guys typically say is the bidding and estimating videos tend to help you guys out the most. And so what I want to do is I want to sprinkle some of these into the video series, so that if you guys are looking for that information, it will be out there and available to you guys. That's all I got for you on this one. God bless you guys. I hope this video has helped you out. Let me know if it has in the comments down below, and let me know if you do want to see more bidding and estimating. And that's all we got for you on this one. God bless. Go get them, you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.